Let us today understand the concept of ledger. So the configuration step for ledger is financial accounting global settings. So if it is a global settings, this can be applied across all the company codes. So the ledger and define settings for ledgers and currency types. So this is actually the path. So let us first understand what is actually a ledger and why it is useful in our general ledger accounting. So if we see the definition of the ledger, a ledger is a section of database table and it only contains those dimensions of the totals table that the ledger is based on and is required for reporting. So we understand that in the ledger it contains only the data required in totals table and the data required for reporting, because actually we use the ledgers mainly for reporting purposes. So, and what is the use of it? So in general ledger accounting you can use several ledgers in parallel. This allows you to produce financial statements according to different accounting principles. So for example, if we create a ledger for each of the general ledgers you need. Okay, so as discussed, this is the path. This is the path to define the settings of ledgers. So if we see the structure of it, so we must designate one ledger as the leading ledger. So normally we will discuss these ledgers as parallel ledgers. So let us understand what actually the parallel ledgers mean. So ledgers are classified into different groups: leading ledgers, non-leading ledgers, extension ledgers. So there are different kinds. So first let us focus on what is actually a leading ledger. The leading ledger is based on the same accounting principle as that of consolidated financial statements. So if we use account approach for parallel accounting, we post all data to the leading ledger. So there are two approaches. There are two approaches to document the transactions. One is account based approach and the other one is ledger based approach. So what is the difference between these two? So account based approach will record the transactions. In ledger based approach, they maintain the transactions. Maintaining means it is just for reporting purpose. Recording means the transaction gets posted and it will be in the accounts. So basically when the transaction occurs, we identify the nature of the transaction and then it is recorded in the proper account. Different transactions affect different accounts. Therefore, to completely understand the effect and to keep the track of every transaction, they are recorded at one place called an account. But as we said, there are number of transactions that take place in business and the nature of each transaction is different. Thus, we have to record them number of accounts and not just single account, and thus even accounts are of large numbers, and if we do not arrange them or manage the accounts, then we might end up making mistakes. To manage the accounts, we have ledgers. Each ledger holds specific type of accounts in itself. You can imagine that one physical notebook in one ledger, and on each page of this notebook you have different accounts. But loosely, many use these words to mean one and the same thing, that means accounts. But the difference is evident and also significant, so it is suggested that care should be taken to avoid any confusion. So let us understand what is leading ledger and what is non-leading ledger and what is extension ledger. So the leading ledger is integrated with all subsidiary ledgers and is updated in all company codes. This means that it automatically assigned to all company codes. In each company code, the leading ledger receives exactly the same settings that apply to that company code. That means the currencies, the fiscal year variant, the posting period variant, everything will be similar to the company code. You can define a second and third parallel currency for your leading ledger for each company code. So that can be done in company code, settings and currency types. We will be doing somewhere here in this configuration. So non-leading ledger. The non-leading ledgers are parallel ledgers to the leading ledger. So what do you mean by parallel? Like whenever leading ledger gets posted, even the parallel ledgers will get updated. They can be based on a local accounting principle. So that means you have to activate a non-leading ledger for individual company codes. If we want non-leading ledger to the particular company code, we need to activate it. So non-leading ledgers can have different fiscal year variants and different posting period variants per company code to the leading ledger of this company code. So leading ledger will receive the exact same settings of the company code, but non-leading ledger might have different settings. If required, we can have different settings as compared to the company code. The second and third currency of the non-leading ledger must be a currency that is managed as second or third currency in the respective company code. So in the respective company code, what second and third currency we have maintained, the same currency needs to be maintained for non-leading ledgers. However, we do not have to have a second and third currency in the parallel ledgers. These are optional. So in addition to these ledgers, we also have roll-up ledger and day ledgers. So roll-up ledger is like we combine summarized data from other ledgers in general ledger accounting. This enables us to compile cumulated reports on different ledgers, rolling up. So combining different ledgers into one ledger. And day ledgers, we use day ledgers to create reports for average balances. It is a kind of activating day ledger for drill down reporting. So daily what is the activities in the ledger. So let us learn the new one, extension ledger. So if we see the ledgers, one will be leading ledger and standard ledger, and other will be non-leading ledgers, and there are ledger types. It is standard ledger and extension ledger. Now even in 1909 it seems there is appendix ledger seems to be added to this ledger type, but let us see. So ledger type standard ledger and extension ledger type standard journal entries, line items with technical numbers or deletion possible, line items with technical numbers or no deletion possible, general journal entries for valuation differences. So if we see here, there is a leading ledger and it will be of standard ledger type, and extension is standard journal entries. So we can see non-leading ledger can be, ledger type can be a standard ledger or extension ledger. So leading ledger and non-leading ledger. Ledger will be leading ledger, one leading ledger, and others will be non-leading ledgers. And ledger types, again there is standard ledger and extension ledger. So let us understand what is the difference between standard ledger and extension ledger. So extension ledger is an independent ledger and standard ledger will be the underlying ledger for it. So the postings made to the standard ledger. See, if we select it as extension ledger, the underlying ledger will be the standard ledger, this one. So if we see, for every extension ledgers there will be standard ledgers. The postings made to standard ledgers will be posted to extension ledger. So let us see what actually the difference between them. So we will try to explain the concept of extension ledger in comparison to standard ledger. Okay, extension ledger is one of the powerful options that can be used for management reporting. Okay, these ledgers staple the data on top of standard ledgers. Hence no data duplications, as a number of extension ledgers can point to one standard ledger. There are two types of ledgers in S/4HANA. Point to one standard ledger. So what are the two types of ledgers? Type standard ledger and extension ledger. So let us compare. Standard ledger is an independent ledger and standard ledger is an underlying ledger. So for extension, the underlying ledger will be standard ledger. Postings made to standard ledger will only be reflected in standard ledger, but postings made to standard ledger will form part of reports of extension ledger linked to standard ledger. The total balance in standard ledger is exactly the same balance whatever is in standard ledger, but the total balance in extension ledger will be the balance in standard ledger plus balance in extension ledger. Why? We can post directly to extension ledger if it is required. Postings can be made specifically made in standard ledger, and also we can post even to extension ledger. If we are on classic GL and migrate to S/4HANA, we cannot activate standard ledger on day one. But extension ledgers can be activated in S/4HANA even if we are in classic GL in ECC. Many standard ledgers can be created to reporting, but many extension ledgers can be added on top of standard ledgers. So many extension ledgers can be there, but we need to assign it to one standard ledger. So if we see this ledgers comes under new GL concept. So as if people worked on ECC systems, they might be knowing from ECC 6 the new GL concept has been evolved. So what is the advantages of new GL? The new GL came up with few things like parallel accounting, document splitting, and FICO reconciliation, and like this. And it comes with a total table called Flagel Flex T. So all the data which created for this new GL will be stored in the table Flagel FAGL Flex T. And we know that in classic GL the table was GL T0. Compared to classic GL, in new GL table Flagel, what is that? The table new GL table, there were in new GL table Flagel Flex T. This is the new GL totals table. Flex A is line items table. So in this there were few new fields added. Few new fields added. Those are cost center, cost element, functional area, segment. So all these, based on all these things, we can generate the report. The main purpose of new GL is for reporting purpose. Profit center. So all these fields were added to this table. Based on this, the reports can be. So as we see in SAP, there will be only one leading ledger for a company code. All others can be non-leading ledgers. So if we come to know that leading ledger is integrated with the all subsidiary ledgers. So what does it mean? Leading ledger, subsidiary ledgers. Subsidiary ledgers are nothing but asset accounting, AR, AP, FSCM, and so leading ledger will be reported with all this. In next day practice, we will see the configuration for ledger. So till now we understand the concept of ledger, and we will continue our practice in next session. Thank you.